Welcome back. The holidays are here and police are reminding drivers to be extra careful on the roads, especially when it comes to getting behind the wheel after festive celebrations. Sergeant Kerry Schmidt with the OPP joins us live in studio with more on this. It's great to see you. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
The OPP have been conducting their annual ride checks. The message, of course, continues to be the same as every year. What are you finding, though?
Well, our festive ride campaign has been running since middle of November, really. It runs right through New Year's. And, our ride events, we're conducting tens of thousands of ride events all across the province, day and night. Officers are spending hours and hours watching out for impaired drivers. Now, we're also responding to countless numbers of people calling 911 to report suspected impaired drivers. And occurrences are up, investigations are up, and sadly, we are seeing just far too many people dying as a result. The number of people dying in car crashes right now is at a pace that we have not seen since 2004. We've had almost 400 people die already this year in road crashes across the province. We haven't seen over 400 since 2004, and that is absolutely tragic. The overall number of impaired or alcohol or drug-related fatal crashes are slightly down year over year from last year, but when we look at all the other numbers, everything else is trending up, everything. And it's such a preventable, and it can be such a tragic outcome, which we've seen so often already this year.
And you say speed is oftentimes the factor.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, right now, when we look at the big four, the leading causes of death and injury, we always talk about distraction and impairment, speeding and not wearing seatbelts. Speeding is the #1 killer when we look at the primary causal factor of these crashes. And we're not seeing winter weather out right now, and we're getting wet roads, foggy conditions, but people equate that maybe to summer driving. Roads are wet. What's the problem? I'm gonna keep going, and that's when we start seeing these high-speed crashes, and we start seeing those serious injury crashes or fatal injury crashes. When we have a snowstorm, we're going to have hundreds of car crashes, fender benders, cars in ditches, people stuck, and this and that. But not as many people die, which we don't want to see. When the road conditions are better and if the sun starts to shine, everyone's going to be complacent. And, when you're driving your vehicle and you're in control, you need to make sure your hands are on the wheel, your hands are focused, your eyes are focused, and you're thinking about what's going on in front of you. Distraction and everything else are just such issues that we see all the time.
Sergeant, why do you think What do you think is behind this dramatic rise?
Well, I don't know. Like even between Christmas, from the 24th to today, we've seen a 34% increase in impaired driving charges compared to the same period last year, last Christmas. We were up over 215, I think, impaired driving charges last week from the 18th to the 24th, which is kind of the season of Christmas parties and family gatherings and get-togethers. And we're going to start seeing more celebrations, this week and as we get ready for New Year's. That's a huge other, issue that drivers and people, if you're going to be out celebrating, there's lots to celebrate. And listen, this has been a great year, right? Lots going on and lots to look forward to. But, if you're celebrating with excess, it's going to cause trouble. And we're going to be out there. So, again, we need people to make better decisions.
Yeah, that's such an important message. I want to talk to you about today because we are seeing fog advisories in various parts of southwestern Ontario. We're also seeing some really wet conditions, and that's leading to a number of crashes. What are you seeing on the road?
Yeah, well, the videos that you were showing already, I was at those scenes. Those are the videos I shot. And both of them, they were reportedly as a result of hydroplaning. Again, that's going too fast when you're driving in an area where there's standing water on the roads. Now, we want the water to drain, but the water is coming down in sheets in many areas. And if you're driving at a speed that your tires start to skim over, you lose complete control of your vehicle. So slow down, headlights on, give yourself that following distance and make sure that you're able to, adjust your driving accordingly in case of changing traffic patterns and unexpected slowdown. So, I love this temperature. +8 is better than -8 for me. It makes for, wet conditions, but again, people now increase their speeds, and that's when you start hydroplaning, and you kind of forget that you still need to be driving in these conditions or in this environment where you need to be careful, need to be alert. Things change, things happen fast.
Got to take it slow. Sergeant Kerry Schmidt, always a pleasure to sit down with you. Thanks so much for this, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.